What is up guys, I'm kneeshuuh and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a palette comparison, kind of, between I guess it's more like a brand comparison, but that sounds like shady. I guess I'm just gonna be doing a palette comparison between the itsBel Cosmetics Break the Rules palette and the Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics Sugar Drizzle palettes. There's two here. I don't feel like picking up the other one because they're both massive. So this is something that you're interested in. Keep on watching. All right, so I have my eyes done. So as you can see, I have several duochromes on either side. I think they look pretty similar, but if they don't, just let me know down in the comments how blind I am. I'm not wearing my glasses or anything. I am probably gonna have like some official swatches here, or maybe just here to hold up my arm. So I bought all three of these palettes and I was like, these are kind of similar. And then like I was opening them and like trying to play with them and I was like, these are really similar. And so yeah, I just kind of want to compare them. But like before I get like started on any of this, I just want to put out a little disclaimer that I mean absolutely no disrespect to any brands that I compare ever. I just have fun comparing brands, formulas, shades, all that good stuff. And I don't want there to be any more drama between indie brands that there actually already is. I'll get into that, but don't say, if I say, wow, these brands are similar, don't run to either or and say you copied and yada yada, or like cite this video as like fact that either brand has copied and pasted. It does not matter. It's all makeup in the end. There are only so many formulas, so many like things you can do with ingredients, and I just want to have fun, okay? So let me continue on with this little opener, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it, by saying that itsBel Cosmetics is a small indie Puerto Rican based brand. They have been very open about the fact that they are private labeled. As the time of recording, there's actually like a story highlight on the itsBel Cosmetics Instagram saying, hey, yeah, we're private labeled. Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics is another small indie brand that is the brand behind these two palettes. We have the Sugar Drizzle and the Sugar Drizzle, the sequel, the remix. I'm gonna call it both probably throughout this video. They have not said anything about being private labeled, and so just because I'm saying that these two brands are similar, I don't want you to think that I am saying Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics is private owned and I think that they're lying. I'm not saying that at all. Like I said previously, there's only so many things you can do with ingredients, so only so many formulas that are out there in the world, especially with duochromes. I am not going to speculate on whether or not an indie brand is or isn't private label just because I think that's kind of a really thing to do. So this is all just me having fun with formulas, okay? This isn't like this isn't an expose of any brand at all, ever. I'm getting very overwhelmed, and so I'm like filming these like 3 times in a row, and just because I keep stuttering and going super fast. So I say all this to like one reason why I don't want there to be any speculation on whether any indie brand that I talk about ever is or isn't private labeled is because there was a very large makeup opinion Instagram, like kind of makeup news, mostly makeup opinions, who slandered a small brand called Complexion Cosmetics, which is a Black and Hispanic indie-owned brand, a Black and Hispanic owned indie brand, saying that they were private labeled, but that was absolutely not the case, and she put that out into the world. Just a barrage of hate went to Complexion Cosmetics. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm gonna have their name here. And then it turns out that, and the brand owner got on Instagram like crying and like saying, please stop, she lied, this makeup page lied. All that we really got from like the makeup page was like a little apology that ended up being deleted, and if you like mention it to her, she blocks you. Speculation can be very damaging to smaller brands, and so I don't want to cause any of that. Do some indie brands say that they are handmade and they're not? Absolutely, but that is not like my judgment to tell. That takes me back to, there was another little drama between like Magical Makeup Cosmetics UK or something, who openly admit to being private labeled. being told that they stole a product picture from a smaller indie brand, and then it backfired on the smaller indie brand that was accusing them of stealing, because it came out that they actually, claiming that they were a handmade brand, weren't. They were hand pressed, and so it kind of completely backfired on them, calling the Magical Makeup UK brand out. It's just, there's so much nastiness behind private labeled and not, and I'm not, this video will not have that discourse, okay? I know that I'm a small creator, but I'm putting it out there right now that this video will not have any of that discourse in the comments. I don't want it to be used to fuel any discourse, because there is some drama between itsBel Cosmetics and Adept Cosmetics. Like I said, itsBel Cosmetics openly says we are private labeled, and I'm okay with that. There has been some drama between itsBel Cosmetics and Adept Cosmetics, because there have been some comparison videos between the Break the Rules palette and some Adept Cosmetics single shadows and their Plain Jane palette. I'll have my friend Amy's probably up here, and I might have a couple more linked in my description box. That way everyone can make their own decision. It got kind of nasty on Instagram with Adept saying that they don't like being compared to the small indie brand. They like being compared to like Natasha Denona. And I'll put a picture from itsBel Cosmetics Instagram, because I guess Adept was saying that itsBel bought their formula from the same lab that Adept Cosmetics goes to. I don't really know. I didn't get Adept Cosmetics side on it. There's a lot of nastiness in the indie makeup community right now, and I say all this to say I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not choosing any side between any makeup brands. I like shimmer formulas, and I like comparing shimmer formulas. I don't want any of my comparisons to be used for or against a brand. I guess it's just, I do these to make everyone like a smarter shopper. I don't mind getting like multiple shimmer formulas, or I don't mind getting multiple shimmer palettes with like the same or similar formula, because I love shimmer. I love this. I love what I've done on my eyes today, and so I just want everything to be still and calm. Also, I guess I just want to, since there's so much discourse around like private labeling, I guess I just want to say what like private labeled is. Private labeling is whenever you like purchase makeup from like a wholesale like makeup producer, I guess. So if you see like early Morphe palettes and then some palettes on like AliExpress and Amazon that basically look like the same palettes, but one's like $20 and one's like $3. It's because Morphe used to be private labeled. To me, it's what you do with the private labeled product. Like, yes, these are private labeled eyeshadows, but it isn't sold as this palette. There has been thought put into like the concept and into like a marketing production. It wasn't just slap your label on the basic component that it comes in and sell it for $20 more. There has been thought, there has been like a thought process, there has been an idea executed, and that is something that I can respect. And that is something that I will continue to support, because a lot of brands go through kind of like a private labeled, I say a lot of brands, some brands go through like a private labeling like process where, hey, this is private label, but here's my concept. And they kind of use the funds from that to be able to get themselves off the ground. That way they can end up creating their own products, but with their like amazing concepts should they come to light. I've been talking about this for like 13 minutes. I'm gonna end this like whole opener disclaimer thing by saying I don't want this to cause drama. If this causes drama, I am sorry. I am not trying to start it, and I will do my best, should any comment section of mine get nasty, to shut that down. I did all of that super off center because I was expecting to have graphics, but it was just me ranting. Anyway, there is a sequel to the Break the Rules palette. It is called the Flare Collection. I have bought it. It is on its way to me, but it hasn't gotten here yet. So what I want to do first is do price comparisons. Yeah, price comparisons. There's also another like big Sugar Drizzle cosmetics palette called the Pizza Kitty that I've pre-ordered. It hasn't come to me, but that's fine. It's a pre-order, you know? So price comparison, all of the 3 Sugar Drizzle cosmetics palettes, even though I only have 2, all 3 of them retailed for $39.95 for 12 shades. I can count 12 shades. The Break the Rules palette. The Break the Rules palette retails for $27.99, and the Flare palette will retails for $29.99. So that brings the $27.99 divided by 9 brings it to $11, wow. The $27.99 price point for this palette divided by the 9 shades brings it to $3.11 per shade. And then there's like this big mirror, its packaging is okay, it's sturdy, it's not gonna fall apart. And then the Flare collection retails for $29.99 divided by the 9 shades brings it to $3.33 per shade. So it's a little bit more expensive for the same amount of shades, but it's only like, what, 22 cents per shade? Whatever. The Sugar Drizzle cosmetics, like I said, are $39.95 for 12 shades. And you might say like, oh, that's too much. It's a whole $12 for an extra 3 shades. Yes, because they also all retail for $3.33 per shade. So there isn't much of like a price difference. I will say I want to say that I prefer the itsBel Cosmetics packaging because it kind of has like that plasticky, like, you know, slip to it. This is just like cardboard. But then the sequel palette kind of has that, and like the letters are kind of raised, and so I guess packaging is fairly equivalent for both. There's a slightly bigger mirror for a slightly bigger palette. I don't know. I feel like mirrors are just like cents to put in, so I don't really know how to put that into the price. Something I will say that is really like just honestly petty. I'm gonna hold up both of these palettes opened, hopefully. The sequel palette is like just a little bit bigger. And it's not that the pan is bigger, there's just a little bit more space in between the pan, and I don't know why that bothers me, but it does, just because I like holding it like this, and I don't like that you can like see a little bit. I don't know, it's just, it's me, it's 100% me, but here's just my full, honest review, whatever. I've done so much talking. What I want to do is, even though I'm gonna do like some professional, like primed and like stamped out swatches, I do want to just do basic, like across the arm. That way you can see what they look like, bare bones, without any of like the prettiness of it. That way you can make your own decision on whether or not everything is similar or not. Let's get right into these swatches. I've been talking for 18 minutes and I have not done a single makeup thing. Now, I would love to be a commentary channel. I love talking, but like right now I'm just makeup. I don't know who cares about my opinion or why they would, but here I am. So, swatches. Here is the itsBel Cosmetics Gold. Right there on my wrist. So there's that. This is Sugar Mama on the Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics, the original palette. Swatching it, it's a little bit more opaque. There still is that like duochrome and that like shine and all those sparkles that I just want to show that I did have. 2 different shades on 2 different fingers. itsBel, Sugar Drizzle. Yeah. So I did get like a little bit more on the Sugar Drizzle side just because that formula, it just came up really easily. Like, so I'm gonna try and add just like a little bit more, so 2 swatches to get the same kind of opacity maybe. Yeah, I'm not good with live swatches, sorry. I think this is my first time doing one on a video. So there's that. 2 layers of itsBel and they look pretty similar, at least for me. So both of these brands are cruelty free. You can kind of see like the rabbit right there on that. And then I think there was a rabbit on, yeah, right here. That little rabbit. So there are a lot of dyes used. So I do have some staining on my fingers, but I just want to show that nothing's like pre-swatched, yada yada. If you see like pink for this next one, I'm not doing anything shady. I'm trying to hold on to like integrity, but like I have 99 subscribers, who cares? Next is Stay Radical from the itsBel Cosmetics Break the Rules palette. Let me just... bam. And then the dupe for Stay Radical would be the Sugar Mama shade in the itsBel Cosmetics, the Remix collection. You may realize that they're both named Sugar Mama, and you would be correct because I washed my hands, so sorry, it's the same finger. Promise I don't have, yeah. And you would be correct because both sides are named like the same thing. Hi, editing me here. I'm breaking out, it's fine. But you know how I just said that they're named like the same thing on like both palettes? Well, here's this, you know, sugar sponge, sugar bear, sugar crush. Yeah, it's all the same. Well, I'm literally like editing, and they're not supposed to be the same thing. Like, it's supposed to be sugar sprinkle, sugar rim, and like all these names. But in mine, it's the same names, just copy and pasted. So I'm gonna say that these are supposed to be the actual names, and I just got like kind of a messed up palette. So I guess I can't hate on it for having the same names in both palettes, but I can critique that something happened during production. So yeah, there's that. Like, all the shades are named the same thing in like the same order, so I don't quite know how I feel about that, but whatever. Just kind of have like my wet washcloth that I'm wiping everything down on. I have a cat hair on me. So I'd say that these are pretty even. They're stunning, but I'd say that these are pretty even as well. Next is Not Listening, and I actually couldn't find a dupe for anything in either one of the palettes, so we're just gonna move on from that. I thought it might be Rocket Fuel from the Pizza Cat collection, but I don't have it, so I can't be sure. And that looked to be more of like a olive to gold duochrome instead of like the green to orange that Not Listening is. Next is itsBel Cosmetics. Make Me, I swatched that in the wrong direction. It's gonna be double swatching, I'm sorry. Make Me, which is like that purple to gold duochrome, or just purple with like a little bit of a gold shift. I wouldn't necessarily call that a duochrome. And that is Sugar Bear in the Sugar Drizzle original palette. Bam, I keep putting these like... It's so hard to do everything. Okay, so, ooh, there actually is like a little bit of a difference between the one on camera. So, Sugar Drizzle looks a little bit more pigmented. I don't know, I feel like the gold shift kind of is like just the same. All right, next is Go Rogue. On camera, yes. Let's Go Rogue, and you can definitely see that blue shift in it, which I compared to Sugar Sugar in the original. Now this one, there is also kind of like a stark difference to where it did. Wait. So I messed up. I put Sugar Sugar, which is more of like, it's a teal with a purple shift in a way, as opposed to purple with a teal shift. I meant Sugar Cube in the original, not Sugar Sugar. So I'm just gonna put that one like right underneath. There we go. So yay. Oh wow, these swatches are getting really just out of hand right now. So it's these two, not this one. That's not the finger I should be using. These two, not this one, but I did talk about that later on in the video when I'm doing my eyes. There we go. I'm so bad at doing swatches live. I hate this. Next is, getting all the way up here. Whenever I like practice swatch this to really compare, it wasn't nearly this big. I think it's just because I'm nervous. I'm just like, go big or go home. So this is Eager for More. Stunning emerald, but this stains super badly on me. Bam Bam. God, you can see like my fat arm. And like I said, that stains super badly. But here is Sugar Spun in the Remix palette, or the sequel palette. Essentially the same thing. A lot of shimmer, a lot of shine, but very, very similar. Next is Your Choice. Bam Bam. It kind of is like a red, brown, maybe like a brown to blue. I can't exactly tell, honestly, but that's what I have like in my inner corner area. So it looks more blue on the eyes or when mixed with something else, but I compared that one to Sugar Bubbles of the original. I thought Sugar Bubbles in the remix would have also been a good match. Here's the original. But Sugar Bubbles in the remix is like way more red. So here's that like in the light. Pretty similar. Here's everything. Okay, I'm gonna like just straight up get onto my elbow. There's nothing in either Sugar Drizzle palettes for Rebel. It's just that stark red, beautiful shade that I love so much. So we're gonna move on to Just Watch. That's the last shade. Just Watch is like a pink, I guess a rose with a gold shift. So Just Watch, bam, bam. That I compared to Sugar Delight, right there. So here's everything. I think these are all very, very similar, very, very comparable, and just very, very stunning shimmers. So something that I've noticed is kind of like the movability, I guess, of itsBel Cosmetics shadows. They're very like malleable in the pan. Like you can kind of like press down and make a dip, and I already have the pan in 2 shades. And this palette looks a lot more used than it is because I do love it and I do use it, but it's just very easy. They're very soft. Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics shadows seem to be a little bit softer pressed, for lack of better words. Like, let me open this up. Like they're kind of harder pressed into the pan. I don't know. So that's just something that I noticed. Can you get every itsBel Cosmetics shimmer in the Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics palettes? No. Once I get the Flare collection, I'll probably do this video again and compare those palettes because it's in the way. It's in the way. It's in the mail. It's on the way. And I just think that this is very fun. But here is everything. Now I'm going to get into the look portion where I used 3 shades from each palette to make this stunning eye look. So stick around if you want to see that and see how they both apply. I did notice, just spoiler alert, that the itsBel Cosmetics is a little bit like chunky, for lack of better words, like bold. I would like put it on and then like have to work to blend it out. But the Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics Sugar Mama, I just kind of put it on and blended and it was fine. So there is some differences in formula, but not enough to make them like drastically different in my opinion. Am I saying anything drama related with that? Absolutely not. Don't twist my words. That's all that I'm gonna say. But I will say that they're, you know, just look at them. They're similar formula, but they're all stunning shimmers, and I'm okay with that. So, see ya. Hi, so I've already put down like my crease shades. I figured I'd spare you guys the details from how much I've talked earlier of seeing me go through and put on the same like 3 crease shades I always use because they're what's available in my Pan That palette. So we're just gonna get right into the shimmers. So I think I know what look I want to do, but I'm kind of scared, so because I think it's gonna be bold. I'll probably change it, like probably just change it because I'm not a creative person, so fun. So on my itsBel Cosmetics side, I'm going in with bold. Just putting that on the very, very middle of my eye. And this is the formula that I was talking about earlier, where I was like, it's very chunky. You have to kind of like pat it and then blend out all the chunks. So I feel like that would be a good like on-face comparison. I've scripted out this video, but obviously I'm filming this like before I do the swatches. So hopefully I won't be like too wrong about what I expect from both sides, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but whatever. So there is bold. And then I compared bold to Sugar Mama on the Sugar Drizzle original palette. That is this one. Ooh, this one right here. So on the brush, it kind of comes off as like that same chunky. It's kind of malleable. It isn't as malleable as the itsBel one. And I did cut my crease because I want to see how both perform by themselves. Like I want to see if one is more pigmented than the other. I just trying to cover all of my bases. I don't know what happens from like the brush to the eye because, here, let me show. Hopefully it doesn't fall. If you can see at like the base of that brush, there's like a chunk right there. And that's just kind of like what comes up. But it seems to like blend out a little bit easier on the eye. Because like I still have some like chunky clingy bits right there. I still do kind of have some like chunky clingy bits like right there if you can notice. But here it's not really like as bad. I don't know if that's a me problem. But here are both sides on the lid. In person, I can't really tell much of a difference. I guess that I would say it'd be easier to like spread the Sugar Drizzle side out than this side, but I don't know. I feel like they're so similar that I'm looking for like anything to really say about it. I could do another like 3 looks 1 palette comparison like what I did with my Natasha Denona and Jaclyn Hill palette. Let me know. And then on the Break the Rules side, I'm going in with your choice. It's like a blue to red duochrome. Kind of has a little bit of a greenish tint to it. At least whenever I'm looking down. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So that's that. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take some more of Bold and extend it further and then put a purple right here. That's a good idea. But I said that your choice was most comparable to Sugar Bubbles, also from the Sugar Drizzle original palette. I don't know why I'm like showing whenever I have the graphics. Moving on. Once again, just another blue to green to kind of pink duochrome. Lays down very beautifully. It almost feels as though I'm like blending out nothing. Then I mixed it a little bit with Bold right there, but here is what both sides look like right now. Here is Sugar Drizzle. Here is itsBel. I don't really see much of a difference, but I am gonna do what I said with extending the piece a little bit deeper. That way it can go in with like the purple to blue duochrome that's in both color stories, so give me a minute. Okay, so here's both sides with kind of just the pink dragged out. I'll actually blend it together with like the outer corner shade in just a bit, but I'm gonna take Go Rogue from the itsBel Cosmetics Break the Rule palette, put that over this one. I'll be right back. Well, I guess I won't even be right back. I'll just be right here and you can watch. I'm having fun. And doing this look in like practice and not because I didn't really map anything out. I didn't really know what I was gonna do or if I was even gonna do a look. I realized that I'm using all of the shades that match up from the Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics original palette, not the remix, so that's a whoopsie on my end. But here is Go Rogue added to the mix. Love that. And then over here, Go Rogue matched with Sugar Cube, which is this one. Wow, I just literally went like bam, bam, bam. I didn't notice that until actually like putting it on. Now Sugar Sugar, which is this one right here, I thought was gonna be like the match, but the shift is a lot more stark. Like this is still like a purple. This is a purple with a blue shift. That is just purple and teal kind of equal parts, which I like. I like having the ability of like, man, I like this shimmer. I just wish that the teal was more intense. I like that I could have both depending on what I wanted. They're both applying beautifully. The Sugar Drizzle Cosmetic shadows don't really move as much in the pans. So that's just an observation, you know. I was kind of able to like, in pressing, I kind of like pressed down into it. These are pretty like solid, I guess. It's so weird to describe the differences in eyeshadow that are so similar, but here is Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics side. Pink, purple, blue, pink, purple, blue. I can't really tell a difference. Can you guys? Does any side look more intense to you? I honestly can't tell. So I am going to finish up this eye look and I'll be right back. I'm back and here is the final look. I kind of added some inner corner highlight and I used the same inner corner highlight as I do here, and since it's kind of yellow, kind of meshed with the like blue duochrome and made like a yellow, green, blue, purple, pink like rainbow effect. And yeah, for going in like not really having any idea on what eyeshadow I was going to do, I am very pleasantly surprised at what I came out with. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Did you see a difference that I didn't see while filming? Are you interested in picking up either the Break the Rules palette or either of the Sugar Drizzle Cosmetics palettes? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what other looks, reviews, anything, videos that you'd want to see from me, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!